I thought it was 2025 and we were allowing people to enjoy things in a way that they wanted to. But I guess not. The topic of handheld gaming and where people choose to play their games clearly is an issue for a lot of people. The Nintendo Switch 2 has been out today for 2 full weeks, and there is a large population of people who are saying do not buy the Nintendo Switch, it's a terrible piece of hardware, while Nintendo is boasting about the 3.5 million units that they sold within the first 4 days. So handheld gaming clearly is a polarizing topic, especially when it comes to the Nintendo Switch 2. Listen, I've had my Nintendo Switch 2 since launch day. I love it, and I'm going to continue to love it, but it might be important to show you where I play my games at. It seems like there are these camps of loyalists that champion a specific device, and they want you to play your games where they choose to play their games. Yes, the Steam Deck is a great piece of hardware, but it's not for me. So I'll show you and I'll break down where I play my games at primarily. About 5% of the time, you'll catch me using the Analog Pocket, which is a great handheld device. The Analog Pocket allows you to load ROMs from old systems like the Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and old Game Boy Advance games as well. Or you could just as easily pop in an old cartridge and play that as well from Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, any Game Boy game will work. This thing is small, it's compact, it's great for flights, and I use it about 5% of the time. Now, if I'm locked in on a PlayStation game, the PlayStation Portal is an absolutely wonderful handheld to have. And I would say I use this about 10% of the time. It just depends on what game I'm playing. Ergonomically, the PlayStation Portal feels great. And if your Wi-Fi is set up properly, you won't notice any input lag with this system. However, this is a cloud-based device and you're relying on your internet connection or the internet connection wherever you're at in order to connect to your PlayStation 5 to play game. However, I still think this is an underrated pick. I play this about 10% of the time. This bad boy has recently went up in price. This is an Asus ROG Ally X. And on this device, I can access my Steam library, Epic Games library, Xbox library, and many other libraries across PC gaming because it is a Windows handheld. With it being a Windows handheld, that indicates that there are many updates that come through this device similar to a Windows computer. For instance, before I was able to record this video, I had to do a BIOS update on this device, which took about 40 minutes. And that does not include the updates that you have to do on your games. So for each platform in which you play, whether it be Steam, Epic Games Store, you have to update the games in each individual library. That's not the fault of the device, but it's not streamlined in a way that makes it easy to do. Now, about 10% of the time, you'll catch me playing this if there's something on Steam I'm locked into, or if I want to use Xbox Remote Play, I'll pick up my ROG Ally X. But here, this is where the tears come. Not for me, but for those that hate the Nintendo Switch 2, about 75% of my time is spent gaming on my Nintendo Switch. Like it or not, as a console gamer with limited time, I have to make my choices based on convenience. And the most convenient way to play my games is on the Switch. In my case, I will sacrifice graphical fidelity for the ability to conveniently and quickly play my games whenever I feel like it. And on the Nintendo Switch 2, the graphics are in a place where I feel comfortable playing this wherever I'm at. The battery life leaves something to be desired, but if I want to pick up a game for an hour or two, the library on the Nintendo Switch 2 is undefeatable. And yes, I know on my ROG Ally X, I can load emulators and I can load ROMs of Nintendo Switch games on there, but it's about convenience and time. And I also don't want to do all that. The landscape of gaming in 2025 has changed. Players now have more options than ever, from handheld consoles to handheld PCs, gaming on their mobile devices and different cloud platforms. The best place for people to play is wherever that individual feels the most comfortable, whether that's for performance, convenience, or just their personal preference. Nobody should try to dictate where others spend their money or their time in gaming because everybody's circumstances, interests, and priorities are different. So if you don't like where people are playing, that says more about you than it says about the person. So respect others' choices in regards to where they choose to play their games because honestly, it doesn't even affect you. As I mentioned, the majority of my time will be spent playing the Nintendo Switch 2 for years to come. Thank y'all for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.